And right at the top of that index.php, what we need to do is we need to require the composer file here, which is this auto load. So we're going to require vendor. Let's do require, and sorry, that has to be the top here. So require vendor, and then autoload.php. Okay, so now that we've required everything that composer has installed for us, let's import some namespaces which we need in order to be able to make use of Eloquent ORM. So I'll just quickly paste that for you so you don't have to watch me type it. I have a snippet. Okay, so I'll just paste this, and these are the namespaces that we need, actually classes, which is the manager, which is capsule manager that we're going to instantiate or the ORM with, and there's dispatcher as well, which is used to send events for stuff like when you've saved a model and deleted and stuff like that. And the container is just some dependency that's needed when instantiating these other two. Okay, so we've imported those classes. Next, what we need to do is set the default time zone. Okay, or else if you don't do that, when you're using this, it throws you an error. So we're gonna do default, actually date default time zone set, and I'll just set mine to GMT, which is Europe London. Okay, so next what we need to do is instantiate the container. So we have a container. Okay, so let's say container equals to new container. Okay, next what we need to do is instantiate the capsule. So capsule equals to new capsule, and all these things are what Laravel does for you behind the scenes, but sometimes you may not need all of Laravel. That's why we're going through the trouble of using this. Okay, so now that I've instantiated the capsule, let's add a connection. So I'm gonna do a capsule add connection, and this connection here is just a configuration that points your ORM to your database so that you can create tables and stuff like that. So I'll quickly do a copy of paste of the configurations that we need inside this connection here. And basically, if you have a look at a Laravel config file for database, you'll see all these parameters being set there: the driver, host, database, username, password. So the most important ones basically are just these 5 here. Okay, host name, database, username, password, and the driver. These ones pretty much you can leave them like this. Do not bother even about their values. Just set them as they are here. But this one here, Laravel Eloquent, let's go ahead and create that database. So I'll just load up my database program now, and we're going to create that. Okay, so let's create a database now. So I've opened up the program and I'm connected to my local host. So what I'll do is I'll just say add database, and the name of the database will be Laravel Eloquent. So I'll just paste that in here, and I'm going to say add. So now we have a database, and our Eloquent configuration points to that database, and these are my username and password for my system. Okay, so next what I have to do is set the event dispatcher for the capsule. So I'll have to say capsule set event dispatcher. That's a capital EVENT. So in the set event dispatcher function, I'll have to pass in a new dispatcher, which is this dispatcher up here. So and inside of that we have to set the container. Okay, next what we need to do is we're gonna say capsule set as global, and last but not the least, let's just boot Eloquent now. We've done all the configurations, so now we just need to say boot Eloquent. Okay, so we have set up Eloquent, and we have created a database for it. Next what we need to do is we need to create a model so that we can test out our whatever we have in this file here, whether the setup is correct. Okay, so let's create one class, which is users class. So let's say class, and we're gonna call it user, and it's going to extend the